Hey everybody, Kendall here. Welcome back to Pen Connection. Um, I usually talk about fountain pens, inks, and journaling. And today I wanted to share a yearly ritual I've developed and something that blends journaling with memory keeping and reflection. So, um, this is basically a letter that I write that each year to my kids, and each kid gets a letter. And this is the same process could work for you, whether you have kids or not. Could be a letter to yourself, a partner, anybody that you share memories with. And it's easy to feel like not much has happened during the year, but then when you look back through your journals or your notebooks, you realize it's like full of milestones and funny things and it's just stuff you want to remember. So the I'm going to walk through the process and show you kind of how it develops and what I do to see if this is something that you want to do. And then it ends up looking something like this. As my kids get older, these get longer, and so this is like a four page letter here. But it serves as like a time capsule, and so I can read the prior letter to spark some memories. Okay, so the first thing I do is I use a pad like this, and I just try to keep it all on one side so I can view everything. And I'll note things like movies we've seen, um, other interesting things. I'll go through the whether it's a smaller version like this that I'm using for daily memory keeping or something larger. I've used different notebooks at different times. Um, and basically, I go through those for the prior year. And I do this in the summer. Both of my kids have summer birthdays. So I'm sharing this video at this time of year because it's a cool idea. And I thought, you know, this could be something that you do more on a calendar year basis if you're doing a reflection practice. But that is the first step. As I go through, I generally have a couple categories. So I'll do movies and shows, maybe plays or performances. I'll do first things that they've done, first time. Um, like one of my kids started playing D&D this year. Just things that are first. Some other interesting things, like we had some raccoons in our backyard. We went to FanX, like the Utah Comic Con, and had specific memories. So first, like other things, and then funny stuff. My son saw a sign that said violators will be prosecuted, but he thought it said prostituted, and it was just really funny. He a while back he had a friend that broke his arm. It was a trampoline birthday party, and they didn't take him to the doctor, but they used a plastic tablecloth to make a sling, and they were able to continue the party. So things like that, it's just really fun to remember. Some of the first things like you swam with stingrays and small sharks at the aquarium. We went on our first family road trip. We went through 6 states in 11 days along the Pacific coast and saw the redwoods. You learned what it's like to be stranded with a dead car battery. Your mom taught you what it's like to get thrown off of a jet ski. A lot of these have fun stories behind them. But we saw Labyrinth, but it was with a live music performed. Some of the shows we went to, some things we watched on TV, like The Fugitive or the Hunger Games movies or whatnot. So it's also a good place to put stuff that you might want to remember, just, babies that were born, people that passed away, weddings, sometimes like new businesses that open nearby, milestone birthdays, anniversaries, helping people move. Yeah. any of that. So I think you get the idea. And I will jot down based on child. So I've got 2 kids, and I'll kind of separate them so that I can make 2 different letters. But yeah, once I go through a full year of this and I've documented it here, I'll then go through photos like Google Photos, where all my pictures are automatically backed up. And I'll just make sure, like, did I miss a fun story that I didn't catch otherwise? And because I'm a nerd, I keep a spreadsheet that just shows like all the movies we've seen together, and if we went to the theater or whatnot. So I have my own categorizing for those. But as I said, it can seem like not much has happened, but when you really go back through, it's a lot. And in this case, it turns into 4 pages of kind of summarized bullet style writing. But yeah, I've come to really look forward to it as a time to reflect, a time to plan, kind of going forward, and that's part of the journaling process. Is what do you want to remember? Now you may give me a little grief because this is a typed up Google Doc. Why not handwritten? And as a fountain pen guy, I do like to take all my notes with fountain pen. I found that the Google Doc is a great way to edit, categorize, move things around, and it's stored permanently that way. Anyway, I just wanted to share this. I thought I got this idea from someone else. I don't remember when or where or who, but I thought I would pass it on. It's something that I've really enjoyed, and I'd like to hear from you. What process do you use to reflect or go back through your journals? Because I'm sure there's some cool ideas that I could take away from. So I want to say thanks to those that have liked and subscribed. I am getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. So also let me know of ideas for an upcoming giveaway. I was thinking maybe a leather journal or something to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. At the same time, I've also enjoyed giving away like gift cards, and that's easy for international folks that don't live in the US, and shipping can be a problem. So I'm open to ideas there. And let me know what you think of this process and anything similar that you do. All right, thanks, and we'll talk next time.